How are you? I'm Dae. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. Depending on the day, this is Daylight Healing Oracle, Tarot Oracle. We'll see. I'm doing tarot. I'm just kind of giving messages. That's why the Oracle is here. Let's talk about the full moon in Sagittarius. We have been going through quite a very intense astrological time. You may just be starting to look into astrology. It can seem very overwhelming at first because there's so many different symbols and energies, and how do we work with it all? Well, we can start by working with the moon. We are so connected to the moon. Our bodies are water. And every month, the moon goes through a cycle, is right next to the sun when we have the new moon, and it's in the same sign as the sun. And then it goes all the way around to the opposite sign, right across, and gets illuminated in the opposite sign. That is what is happening here in the full moon in Sagittarius. The planet of luck and abundance, Jupiter, entered Taurus recently, which you may have heard quite a lot about. And Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So this full moon is really a chance to solidify our intentions for what we want to create this year with Jupiter in Taurus. This is a beautiful cycle, about a 12-year cycle of Jupiter. Jupiter's going to be here for a year. It's not going to be back for another 12 years. Right now, with this Sagittarius full moon, we are being illuminated. Our inner worlds of how we decide to go after what we desire, to ask the questions and learn what questions to ask so that we can find the true answers that we're seeking. Not just the surface questions that lead you but the deep, deep questions within that we truly want to know about. What is coming up from deep within you? There has been a very intense eclipse cycle that we are now emerging from. And through this all, what do we value? What do we put value on? What is our concept of what we truly, truly put worth in our lives, and how we allow ourselves to experience that? How do we learn how to integrate our dreams and what we really desire in consistent ways that build upon themselves, so that we plant new seeds, new habits and patterns that will build, that will spiral into a manifestation. So instead of spiraling in a form or out of control that creates chaos in our lives, we can build something sustainable, something conscious and integrative of what we truly desire to live and experience on this earthly plane in our lives. I have a couple tarot cards here. The Seven of Pentacles came out. This is about waiting but trusting that the seeds that you've planted are growing, that they are fruitful, and that there is a bountiful harvest here for you. The Six of Pentacles. This is about you are getting what you have put in. This is equal give and take on the material realm. And this is saying and telling you here, with the Sun on the bottom of the deck, the happiest card in the deck, that there is beautiful, abundant splendor of this world, of what is here for you to experience, and that you can trust that what you have put in will come back to you tenfold. If you have been taking steps that are energetically aligned, you can most certainly trust that what is coming to you will reflect what is going on within you, in your inner world, of how you step forward with integrity in this world. We are here in Gemini season, and why do we talk about astrology? It's not just our sun signs. I mean, we are an entire chart. We are an entire map. We experience all the signs. And each month, we experience a lot of the energies that go with that sign. So Gemini season, you might notice, I mean, this is, yes, it's about weather, and it's in June if you're in the northern hemisphere only. But I think that but I've had very Gemini experiences in South Africa in the southern hemisphere. So it has, it really doesn't have so much to do with the seasons as it does have to do with the experiences and what is in the sky above us. We are so affected by what is in the sky above us. Astrology is the most ancient science. So here we are in Gemini season. We are curious, we are creative, we want to talk, we want to converse, we want to ask questions, we want to learn, we want to, really build a lot and then go from one place to another. And this can also happen with like a choice of being able to go to the high mind or the low mind. The messenger of the gods, going from the top of Mount Olympus to the bottom of the underworld. And Gemini is a really it can be a very lighthearted, creative energy. I mean, I am constantly astounded by the creative power and just the real connective and insightful speech. As somebody who doesn't have a lot of Gemini, I have a Virgo, Mercury, and Mars and Venus. I have that mercurial energy, but as you can tell, I take pauses because I like to take a little bit more time to form my sentences, to form my opinions, my perceptions. So Gemini likes to, create lots of things and move and always, transmute that, the emotions into some creative piece of art, right? But here we are dealing with the sister sign. We are also so affected by the moon. And these sister signs, these axes, the axis of Gemini and Sagittarius, that is a very important understanding of astrology that will bring the way that you view utilizing the planets in a whole new way. Because the sister signs are constantly looking to achieve balance with one another. So you have Gemini that is the mutable, changeable air sign. But then you have Sagittarius that is the mutable, changeable fire sign. This is a bit different because Sagittarius, so ruled by Jupiter, the centaur, looking to the stars, seeking higher knowledge, taking the arrow and striking it forth. And if you can think about an arrow, an archer going to hit a moving target, they are sensing where the target will be when their arrow lands, and that takes some sort of faith. But it's faith that's backed up by knowledge, because they have asked the true question of their heart, the true question of their passion, not just what they're curious about. Because sometimes if we're too lost in the mind, we can get sucked into a spiral of curious questions, curious energies, and almost going downward into negative thinking patterns, but just as we can go upward into positive thinking patterns. But when we're constantly asking questions of the mind, of how can I put this together? What is this? What is this? What is this? There is a balance of asking the question that is truly coming from deep within. So here we are, a Sagittarius full moon. Sagittarius, this fire sign in the sign of with the moon, the water within us being rising within, really being illuminated. How can we work with this? Well, Sagittarius in the tarot rules the card of temperance. Temperance, the tempering of fire and water. Like when you temper eggs and you're cooking. You need to move some back and forth. You need to move the heat back and forth so that it's not just a thoughtless experience of combining, of creating, of evolving, of moving, of doing. It's a thoughtful. There has been some retreat within that has happened first, so that this angel in the temperance card, this archer that is the centaur, looking to the stars of Sagittarius. There has been some going within, some study, some higher knowledge that is guiding the questions, that is guiding the movement forward, that is guiding what we are creating and how we are choosing to create. Sagittarius is the sign that is ruled by Jupiter. So this full moon is sort of this chance to solidify our intentions for what we want Jupiter in Taurus to mean for us over this year of 2023 to 2024. Jupiter is going to be in Taurus from May 2023 to May 2024, and you may have been hearing a lot about this. We just had this Mercury retrograde in Taurus And we've had the North Node has been in Taurus for the past 2 years, is just now leaving this sign, but we're still in the North Node in Taurus now. And we are coming face to face with these Taurian Venusian energies. Venus, the planet that rules Taurus. What do we put value in? How do we give that value to ourselves? And how do we experience it? What in our subconscious mind, that South Node, up opposite the North Node in Scorpio, that's really what this whole eclipse season was about. That's what that intensity was about, this eclipse season, was how are the subconscious fears, subconscious programmed thinking patterns affecting me now, here, and how I create and value my own worth. So here is a chance during this expansive, beautiful, wonderful full moon to ask ourselves a couple questions. What questions am I looking for? Like, what are the questions that I'm asking here in this Gemini season? What am I doing? What am I creating? What's coming about? Like, what really is my mind wanting to focus on? What is the question that's coming from my heart? Is there something that I'm sensing that I don't really know how to ask a question for and look for? And can I trust that this larger, more philosophical idea of what I am searching for is on a path of the small, creative daily life and everything that I'm doing? What habits in my life are not aligned with what I desire, with what I dream, with the dreams that I thought I could give up on, but I can't? And how can I create new habits in my life that are more aligned with the creation of this, so that what I do daily adds up to what I want to experience, and how I want to experience myself, how I want to express myself, and how I want to build the world around me. This is a beautiful time. This is a beautiful time to allow the inner fire, the inner water, our inner emotions and passions to integrate within themselves, and to really set up and seek out practices that can help with this. And I hope that this helps you ride through these waves a little bit easier. We have the nodes switching this season to North Node Aries, South Node Libra. That's going to be a whole new experience. I'll have a video up for that will go more in depth to it all and about our whole evolution of the nodes. If you want to know about any ways to look at your astrology chart on how this specific full moon is going to be affecting you, look to see where Sagittarius is in your astrology chart. If you look at the houses, where does the sign of Sagittarius fall? And over what house, even if you don't have any planets, that is part of you. That Sagittarius sign, every sign, all the fire signs, all the water signs, all the air signs, all the earth signs, we are an amalgamation of them all in our own unique way, in our own unique snowflake pattern. That is our astrological chart. So yeah, see where Jupiter, also see where your Jupiter is. If you know how to look up the transits that are currently happening, you can see like where that is. But also look to see where if you just look at your regular chart without the transits, you can see where Jupiter and Taurus is going to be affecting you, just by seeing where Taurus lies in your chart as well. So on the wheel of your astrology chart, where the sign of Sagittarius is and where the sign of Taurus is, see what houses those are. And you know, those are the areas of your life that are going to be affected, that you're going to be feeling this a lot. Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for staying to the end, if you did. If you would like to like the video, let me know how you feel about what's going on with the astrology now. And if there are any questions about astrology that you might want me to answer on how to read your chart and what certain signs or certain placements mean, I'd be happy to do a video on that for you. If you'd like me to do a personal astrology or astrology and Akashic reading, where I also use astrocartography and we integrate more of the past lives stuff, you can go to daylighthealing.com. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much. The honeysuckle smells delicious and it's taking over the outside and I love it. So happy Sag full moon.